Hi guys, Tim here at Lift Tech Construction Training. Today we are looking at the 5 biggest mistakes of crane operators and slinger signalers. And oh boy, there are some big ones. One of the biggest mistakes I see of trainee operators and trainee slinger signalers is treating this like a get-rich-quick scheme. Yes, it is well-paid work, but you must take your time to learn the trade. Now, I personally learned this the hard way. It actually brings me on to my next point, which is getting a bad reputation in what I call a big, small industry. Whilst you do have lots of different employers and lots of different companies within this sector, everybody at the top does seem to know everybody. And this is something I learned the hard way. So when I first got into construction, I probably didn't treat it with the respect it deserved. I saw the money some of my friends were making, and I thought, do you know what, I want a bit of that myself. So I got my tickets, I got my licenses, but I didn't really put the time aside to learn how to get good. And that meant I would turn up for jobs and I was okay. But the moment things went off the routine, became a bit more complex than I was used to dealing with, I was absolutely useless. And it wasn't until about a year in that I realized I was making things so hard for myself that I really applied myself to properly learning the trade. That is the point that I started getting offered the cream of the crop work that paid the best, that I enjoyed the most, and that tended to be the most enjoyable. Another mistake I see of crane operators and slinger signalers is letting your cards and licenses expire. You wouldn't believe how often this happens, and you wouldn't believe how often people don't realize their licenses have expired. So for example, if you're on your red trained operator card, you know you get 2 years and a 1-year grace period, so technically up to 3 years. Because it's a long period of time, it is quite easy to forget that they do expire. So make sure you do keep an eye on the expiry date of your cards so you don't get caught out. Another thing that I see time and time again is not investing back into your skill set, and this is silly. Every single April, the government gives you a nice tax rebate, which if you're smart, you will invest back into your skills. Now, for example, if you're a crane operator, you might look to do your crane supervisor course. Or if you're a crane supervisor, you might look to do your appointed person course. Or if you're a slinger, you might look to do your triple STS or SMSTS courses. You know, you constantly want to be giving back, re-educating yourself, putting money and time back into your skills so that you can quite literally get paid better. The more tickets you have, the more you can expect to earn. The final mistake I see crane operators and slinger signalers make is giving into pressure, working outside of their lift plans, not asking for help, and getting complacent. Now, this is 4 different points sort of rolled into one because one tends to lead into the other. We do know that when we're working on site, it's a very high pressured environment. Sometimes it can be quite relaxed, but sometimes it is very, very high pressured. And when this happened, it is easy to cut corners and to take risks to get the job done on time for the approval of our employers and our peers. We must remember nothing is more important than returning home safely at the end of the day. There is never any excuse for cutting corners. There is no excuses for working outside of your lift plan, and there is no excuse for giving into pressure. If you find yourself in that position, just take a moment to think. Nothing is more important than you returning home safely at the end of the day. Speak to your supervisor about it, document the situation, and report it if you are forced to do something you do not feel comfortable doing, and don't do it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Those are the 5 biggest mistakes of crane operators and slinger signalers. Make sure you don't do them. If you do have any questions, drop me a message in the comments below, and I will try and respond to every single one of you. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.